Hey everyone, it's Simplicity and welcome back to a new video. Today we have something a little bit different. So one of my friends put out a shell challenge for some townhomes, and that is exactly what we are going to get into today. So if you want to go ahead and take part in this shell challenge as well, I will have the hashtag down below in the description, but thank you, Sophie, for putting this together. So this is kind of in preparation for Sims 4 for Lent, and everybody has been kind of like working on, multi-dwelling homes. And I was like, you know what, this looks like something I might actually be able to do. So that is exactly what we did. So there's 3 different townhomes. I did not touch the exterior walls. I made my own floor plans and just kind of like went with the vibe of everything. But I am zoomed in so that you can actually kind of see like what I was working on instead of having to see all of the objects. Because I feel like one thing with Sims 4 is I am not the best with camera angles. So I thought having it kind of zoomed in was going to be the best idea. So you're going to see that everything is just me putting in floors and stuff right now. I did the exterior mainly all off camera. And I already had some floor plans like figured out and working on it, but like this footage is unbelievably quick. So this footage is at like 10 times speed. So that tells you kind of like how long this actually took me. But we went ahead and we just, we tried to see what we could do, what we could put together. It is going to be up on my gallery if you are interested. But yeah, I tried to do something a little bit different. And I can't build exactly like in this game, but I feel like I'm an okay decorator. So we went ahead and we just, tried that with this. And I feel like everything kind of came together fairly well. So if I can remember correctly, there's like 7 bedrooms in total, something like that. But everything in this is also like in game. So I think it's using, what did I use? Base game, cats and dogs, get to work, possibly island living, my first pet, growing together. That might possibly be it, but it is all in-game content because that is one of the rules. Just because Sophie doesn't play with custom content, so obviously everything kind of needs to be able to be seen by her. And I don't use like build by custom content either. So I was like, you know what, this works out fairly well for me, that I didn't mind just using the stuff that I had access to. But I also tried to keep it kind of minimal on packs just because I know like packs are expensive, not everyone can afford them, so the less that I use the better kind of situation. I could not get rid of I can't actually think of what it's called, but there's like that one spot in the wall where I have the like dining stuff, the silverware. That's not what it's called. The I can't think of the name. There's a specific name for those cabinets, but I couldn't get that like out of the wall, so I just left it. And we just kind of like cluttered this up a little bit here. So at the end of this video, I will be showing you just kind of like an overview of everything that I did. But like this took me, goodness, 3 days, something like that. So this was not a like a fast process for me, which, to be fair, like me building in Sims 3, it also typically kind of takes a long 3 days, but like I could not figure out a floor plan for the life of me. So when I actually was able to, I was like, you know what, it's go time. And I feel like I took the longest on this first townhome with the way that I was decorating it, and I don't know why. For some reason, this one happened to take me the longest out of the other ones. But I think if I remember correctly, this one has potentially 4 bedrooms, something like that. Um, they are quite spacious, and I I will say, like, about this one here, this one doesn't have like an actual designated living room space, whereas the other ones do. And I think it's because I went with more of an extravagant kitchen in this one than I did in the other ones, which you will see as we get to that. But this one has a bigger, like, kitchen area, whereas the other ones are just like little kind of like kitchen nook kind of areas. So I'm assuming that's potentially why I was not able to fit a living room in here, but like, I feel like you don't really need a designated living room space as long as you have somewhere to sit. So it will be a little bit different if you are looking for a living room space. This is probably not the one that you actually want to live in. But I was also having that glitch, like the bug that's going around right now, where fences are interfering with the railings in the stairs. So I don't believe any of my stairs have railings right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. But there's not a whole lot that I can do about it whenever it is, you know, a well-known bug. Hopefully they patch that out so that there is an actual way that I can have, you know, railings in these builds. But I feel like I didn't do too bad. I feel like everything has nice enough space. As I said, I'm not primarily a builder in The Sims 4 or a huge like decorator person, so this was kind of a challenge for me. But I like being able to step out of my shell. Now, I will say, I don't have any like designated themes when it comes to these apartments, or I guess like townhomes. I just kind of went with what I felt fit the overall vibe and like went with each other. But like, I didn't plan it out where like one is like beachy and one is like grungy and, you know, stuff like that. Like, there is obviously very different ways that these are decorated, but I don't have like very specific names for them. And when we get to the second townhome, I also have something that I need to discuss with it as well, because I did something that I typically do in The Sims 3, but it also makes the townhome a lot smaller. So that, I don't know. I needed something that was going to be a little bit different, and I found that this was going to be the way to do so for me. So when we get there, which we are almost there, I think this is the last room I had to decorate. So I think we are pretty much almost there. But yeah, we were just kind of quickly seeing everything come together. Oh, I also went ahead and did the balcony area here as well. So I think I just did some like planter boxes and I called it a day and added in the flower thing over here. And then I went ahead and changed some coloring around, just made sure everything was good. And we went ahead and moved on. So you can see here, I am adding in fencing to that top area. And the reason for that is because I left it where the, like, underneath of that part, it's open. I wanted it to be kind of an area that you can like look over and see below. And I wanted this just to be kind of like a smaller townhome than what we originally could have done. So I could have made this one also like a 2 or 3 bedroom, but I felt like there was not really a need for me to go all the way over to the windows in this one, just because there is not like a balcony space on this one like there is on the other two on the outsides. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it where this one's a little bit smaller, more cozy. Now it is very dark in here, I will say that. Everything is very kind of like black and white. I can't remember if I added in any pops of color, but I did change this entire downstairs to be the exposed brick area. But I think this actually might be my favorite townhome of the three that I did. It does kind of have like a little bit of a, I don't know if it's necessarily industrial vibe, but it is a little bit more modern than some of the other ones. But like, it has really good space, there's room for things. And I did add in a little like foyer area in this one as well, which I didn't do in the other ones. The other ones you walk in and it's wide open, whereas this one you walk in, there's an archway with a wall. Because I wanted it just to be a little bit more designated, and I felt like this was going to be the way to do so. But, and then there's obviously I have like half baths in the downstairs of every single one as well. So like, there is a decent amount of space in these. But yeah, you can see there's like this foyer area here, which obviously I could have, you know, gotten rid of this wall. But I like having the space kind of like split for some reason. And I think that might actually be why I like this one more than the others. But, what am I doing? Oh, I was adding in lights in the spot that I left open. But yeah, so you can kind of see like you come up the stairs and you have like the landing. And then there's 3 rooms up here, I believe it is. So I think I did a bedroom, an office, and then like the bathroom is attached to the bedroom. So it was fairly easy upstairs. We came back downstairs to do the half bath down here, and it's just kind of, you know, pretty simplistic. Um, I don't feel like you need a whole lot when it comes to half baths. And then we started upstairs in the bathroom. I'm not all too sure why I started in the bathroom. Probably because bathrooms don't take a whole lot, and they're fairly easy for me to decorate. I also included pets in... Oh goodness. I believe there's at least 2 of these that have pets. I can't remember if all of them do. But yeah, we just kind of like cluttered this up, kind of kept it a little bit darker. I didn't like any of the rugs fit in here, so we didn't go with that. And I actually used like blinds from my first pet, which is not something I expected to do. But that pack is currently free if you, I think it's on PC only. It could be long because I think I remember seeing something about how console players have to have like a bundle or something. But yeah. So I didn't think I would actually end up using that pack, but here we are and I used it anyways. And then we started over here on the 3rd one. So this one's a little bit more warm toned than the rest, but it has I think the exact same layout as the first kind of like lighter beachy one. I think I gave them both the same floor plans, but reversed. I think that's what I did. And I kept the kitchen smaller in this one, but I obviously still had an island. I also had to go back and add in some trash cans because I forgot to do that. And then we added in a column just to, you know, section this off. But then we went ahead and we added in a living room area right here. So I don't know why it was a lot easier for me to come up with like living room space on this side than it was with the first one. But I guess it's kind of up to whatever Sims like preferences. So we just went ahead and kept on decorating here. And I added in a dining room kind of spot over here by the stairs, which I feel is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a weird space, but it's also the only spot that I could like think of for it. And so we just kind of went with that. We added in a rug. But yeah, you're gonna see like I'm so used to building and decorating in The Sims 3 and knowing what objects I have, and in here it's a completely different ballpark. I don't know a whole lot about like available objects, so I tried to just make a use of what I had. So you will see there's a lot of like random paintings. There's a lot of plants everywhere because I'm one of those people that if I'm in doubt, I'm adding a plant, and that is exactly what I did. And then we did similar kind of layout here where there is a bedroom down here, except this one's not a nursery. I also thought I filmed most of this and apparently I didn't. So you just kind of got a little bit of a jump cut, but you can kind of see this like kid's bedroom shaping up down here. And I feel like it's pretty cute. It's kind of simplistic, but that's the way that I tried to kind of keep it. I also have not play tested this, so I have no idea if it's actually functional. So hopefully it is. I'm kind of hoping for the best. But yeah, at the point of me doing all of this, I have not play tested. So I don't know. Hopefully everything works. But then I turned this over here into a little office area. So I just kind of kept it pretty easy. I did actually remove like the closet space just to make room for a fish tank over here, which I don't know why. I was feeling that was just going to be the right vibe in here. And I don't really like the whole like fake closet things in this game, which I know Get Together has closets, but they are just like too big and bulky for my liking. So we just kind of, you know, went without it. And then this is the half bath area over here. It is probably a little bit bigger than it needed to be, but we just, you know, kept it pretty simple. I do really like the tiles and stuff going together. I don't know, something about them is very cute to me. And then you can kind of see the layout up here. So this is a 2-bedroom up here and then a bathroom, I think. So it's a 3-bedroom home on this side. And we just kind of cluttered up the landing space. And I am obsessed with this like little like art sunflower Van Gogh kind of bed style right here. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, sunflowers are my favorite. So the idea of like being able to kind of build a room based on that was fun to me. And you will see that I kind of rolled with it. I was very much feeling like the warmth and like yellow vibes in here. So we do kind of go a little bit more like yellow with some things in here. I added in some more like sunflower stuff. I didn't like overkill it. That was honestly about it. And then this is the main bedroom. I felt like this one was a lot bigger. And I added in some pops of yellow over here as well. I really like these like side tables. I don't know, they were different to me and I was like, you know what, that's kind of cool. And then I added in a lot of art stuff on this side. I felt like whoever was in here was probably going to be interested in the arts. So we just kind of, you know, rolled with it and I went with what I had. We cluttered up some stuff using some plants again, which nobody is probably surprised about. And then I placed some of the little like blank canvases here because I felt like they were just really good clutter. And then we added some more little curtains with the poppy yellow to match the bed. And we added in just a little, you know, simple rug. I changed that mural down to being a smaller size. I moved the door here, so I did have to go in and actually add in a painting. And then we went ahead and we worked on the bathroom on this floor. So the bathroom here is accessible through the main bedroom and the hallway. I didn't want to do like a Jack and Jill here just because I felt like, I don't know, something about that just didn't seem right to me for this area, so I didn't roll with it. But I added in some paintings, cluttered it up just a little bit, but here is the overview. So this is the first apartment, so you can kind of see the layout here. And here is the upstairs, and then if we move over to the second, here is the upstairs here with the opening area over here to see to the first floor. And then down here is the main floor. And then we have the third one here. And here is the upstairs for that. So they are kind of like nicely spaced, I think. And they are all using in-game content, which is even better. And then back here we have the kind of like joint patio area. So there is a bar, a pool, a chess table, a barbecue. And I don't know, I like it. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up right here. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you can hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, you can go ahead and subscribe. I post videos typically 3 to 4 times a week right now. If you are already subscribed and want notifications when I post, hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on, and I will see you all next time. Bye, lovelies!